Hello, mighty companions. This is Earl Purdy, and I want to welcome you to Hardcore Course in Miracles, a Course in Miracles. And we're going to be talking about how do you recognize the truth? How do you see the truth that's already there? How do you see the truth in the people in your life and the people around you? What is the truth? Well, we're going to talk about that. We're going to share how we can apply these principles in a practical way in every situation that you're in. We're going to be doing lesson 88. The light has come, and I'm under no laws but the laws of truth, the laws of God. So let's start out with some music from our brother John Christmas at www.johnChristmas.com. His songs are based on the Course in Miracles, and we're going to use this song to get centered in our presentation, our class, our lesson for this evening. All right, here we go. So good to be with you. Take some deep breaths and let's breathe together.
There's a call for a God, I see it everywhere. Everybody's running scared. Everything is turning upside down. But the words I hear, they keep coming through from deep inside to me and you. It's telling us that love is who I am. You and me were not that far apart. Yeah, we're beating the same heart. We've been together from the start. Tell me, can you hear it? Tell me, can you feel it? Put your arms around it and know that we are one. Yeah, yeah, we are one. Now let's come together and understand that love was born inside of every man. He's waiting for us to choose him as ourselves. When you choose him, you know you choose me too. And everyone becomes a part of you. And then you know that love is who I am. You and me were not that far apart. Yeah, we're beating the same heart. We've been together from the start. Tell me, can you hear it? Tell me, can you feel it? Put your arms around it and know that we are one. Yeah, yeah, we are one. Oh, we are one.
Hello, I'm Earl Purdy, and I want to welcome you to Hardcore Course in Miracles. I've been a teacher and a student of A Course in Miracles for over 40 years, and I want to be of help and assistance, especially to Course in Miracles teachers and students. We're going to be on page 153 in the workbook of the Course in Miracles, lesson 88, The light has come. I am under no laws but God's. If you want to know how to apply the truth, this is the right place to be.
You and me were not that far apart. Yeah, we're beating the same heart. We've been together from the start.
Tell me, can you hear it? Tell me, can you feel it? Surrounds around it. Know that we are one. Oh, we are one. Yeah, yeah, we are one. Oh, we are one. I am you, and you are me. I love that song. I love that song. Brother John Christmas at johnchristmas.com. Yes, 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 yes. I want you to just take a breath right now. I want you to just realize that we're together, live in real time. Those of you who are online right now, that means we are in communication. We are in connection no matter what part of the world that we're in. It means we're connected at the same time right now. Wow. Lesson 88 in the Course in Miracles workbook, the Foundation for Inner Peace version. That's what we're going to start with on this presentation. And I'm going to give you the guidelines from A Course in Miracles. And know that I am so glad you're here. I look at and read all your comments. And I do it live so that we can interact with each other and you can interact with yourselves. The Hardcore Course in Miracles presentation, class, lesson is more focused on what the Course in Miracles is saying that we should say to ourselves in practical day-to-day situations. So I'm going to be talking about and using and showing you how to apply the Course in Miracles to everyday situations that you're dealing with right now. And I want you to be sure to share the video and like the video and subscribe and follow the Earl Purdy page on Facebook. This is where I am broadcasting from. Now I want to give you the guidelines for the Course in Miracles. A Course in Miracles has its own guidelines for how to study A Course in Miracles and how to apply A Course in Miracles. Did you hear what I said? I said the Course in Miracles has its own rules of how to study it and how to apply it. You cannot make up your own way of studying the Course in Miracles, or you can, but if it's not following the guidelines of the Course, then you probably won't get the result that the Course in Miracles is promising. And the Course in Miracles is promising that if you use the ideas and apply the ideas, you will experience the peace of God, which is the peace of total love, which is the total fulfillment of love. So if you want the total fulfillment of peace and love, which is God, then we have to keep in mind the guidelines for studying the Course. And I'm going to share the guidelines with you right now. You need not believe the ideas. You need not believe the ideas. You need not accept the ideas. You need not accept the ideas. You need not even welcome the ideas. You need not even welcome the ideas. Some of the ideas you may actively resist. Did you hear what I said from A Course in Miracles? Some of the ideas you may actively resist. I mean actively resist. Some of the ideas you may actively resist. Some of the ideas you may find hard to believe. Did you hear what I said? Some of the ideas you may find hard to believe. Some of the ideas I'm going to give you, you may find hard to believe. And others may seem quite startling. Some of the other ideas may seem quite startling. You are not asked to judge the ideas at all. You are not being asked to be a judge. Nobody's asking you to come online to be a judge. The Course in Miracles says, judging and analyzing the ideas will not give you the peace that the ideas promise. So you can want to judge the Course in Miracles and you can want to analyze the Course in Miracles. But the Course in Miracles itself says that it will just destroy the meaning of the material. If you study the Course in Miracles text, you know I'm telling the truth. That the Course in Miracles says analyzation is of the ego, is of the wrong mindedness, and that what's most important is to remember what it is saying and to apply the ideas, use the ideas. So I call myself the divine repetition teacher, the truth remembrance teacher. So my goal is to help you hear the Course in Miracles, whether you believe what it's saying or agree with what it's saying or not. We're trying to hear it, remember it, and use it. It's the use of the ideas that will give the ideas meaning to you. What is it that will give the Course in Miracles meaning to you? Using it, not analyzing it, not even understanding it. What makes the Course work is using it, whether you understand it, believe it, or agree with it, or welcome it, or not. It's the use of the ideas that will show you that the ideas are true, using it. So the first lesson that we are reviewing is the light has come. I'm going to give you some of the Course in Miracles definitions of the terms that it uses. The Course in Miracles says light is truth. Light is love. Light means understanding. So the light has come. Could just as easily be said as the love has come. The truth has come. So do you know the truth has come to you? It has come to you in the form of a Course in Miracles. The truth will come to you and can come to you in many different forms. But for some people, like me, and probably like you, the truth has come in the form of a Course in Miracles. So the light has come. The truth has come. Love has come. So the first thing that you want to tell yourself is, the love has come. The love has come. The light has come. The light has come means the love has come. The love has come. The truth has come. The light has come. So in choosing, do you know that in choosing salvation, in choosing right-mindedness, that's what salvation means. In choosing forgiveness, that's another term for salvation. Peace is another term for salvation. So in choosing peace rather than attack, in choosing peace rather than attack, you will come to recognize what is already there. Peace is already here. Salvation is already here. So you might be asking, well, why don't I recognize the peace? Because if you are choosing attack, if you are choosing anger, if you are choosing guilt, then you will not recognize peace. How can I recognize peace if I'm full of anger? How can I recognize peace if I'm full of attack? So you won't recognize the peace that's already available to you if you choose attack. if you choose anger, you won't recognize what's already there. And what is already there? Peace. In choosing salvation rather than attack, you merely choose to recognize what's already there. So salvation, which is right-mindedness, peace, is a decision made already. You see, you have already made the decision for peace. You've already made the decision that you want peace, you want total fulfillment, that you want love, or you would not be watching this. You would not be studying A Course in Miracles if salvation was not a decision that you've already made. So you've already made the decision you want peace. You've already made the decision that you want love. You've already made the decision you want forgiveness. And so tell yourself what? Salvation is a decision made already. I've already made the decision that I want salvation, I want right-mindedness, I want peace. Those are all definitions of salvation. Do you know that attack and grievances don't really objectively exist? So attack and grievances are not there to choose. That's why, do you know you always choose between truth and illusion? You are always choosing between what's true and what's false. So all your ideas are not necessarily good or bad. The ideas that people have, the thoughts that people have, their thoughts are either true or false. Those are the only kind of thoughts you have. Your thoughts are either true or your thoughts are false. Your thoughts are either true or your thoughts are false. Those are the only kind of thoughts that you have. Those are the only kind of thoughts that anyone has. Thoughts that are true or thoughts that are false. So you are always choosing between what is there, the truth, or what is not there, what is false. You are always choosing between love and what's not love. The light has come. The truth has come. The truth is right here. So the truth has come. One form of the truth is the Course in Miracles. So if you have the Course in Miracles, you have the truth. So the light has come. Another way you can tell that the light has come is that when you really have experienced the truth coming to you, you would not choose attack. A person who has experienced the light, a person who is experiencing the truth, a person who is experiencing love, they don't even choose attack. They don't choose hate. They don't choose grievances. So if the light has come and you realize it, then really attack and grievances, they're not even a choice for you. You can but choose the light. Do you know that the only thing you can really choose is what's real? You really can't choose anything but the light. You can't really choose anything but what is true, because what is true is what is real. Listen to me now. The light has come. You can but choose the light, which is the truth. Why is it that you can only choose the light? It says because there is no alternative to truth. There isn't the existence of what's true and what's not true. What's not true doesn't really exist. Anything that is not true does not last. According to A Course in Miracles, the only thing that is real is love. Love. The Course in Miracles teaches that whatever is true is eternal. That things that are real never end. Something that is real is eternal. So the Course in Miracles definition of what is true is something that lasts forever. And the Course in Miracles definition for what is false is something that is temporary. So anything that's temporary is not real from a Course in Miracles perspective. So from a Course in Miracles perspective, what you see with your physical eyes is not ultimately real, because what you see with your physical eyes does not last forever. There's nothing that you see physically that doesn't change or have a beginning and an ending. So you really don't have any choice but to choose what is real. And that's why that line says, I can but choose the light, for it has no alternative. The light, the truth, has replaced the darkness. Do you know that the Course in Miracles defines darkness as fear and ignorance? Ignorance. So truth has replaced fear. Love has replaced darkness. And so when you let the truth replace what is not true, then the darkness has gone. So if you only believe the truth, if you tell yourself only love is real, only the truth is true, only innocence is real, then your darkness and your ignorance has gone. If you accept that you are spirit, that you are free, that you are loved, you are loving, you are lovable, you are sinless and guiltless in your true nature, if you accept that, your ignorance has gone. Your darkness has gone. Only your innocence is real. Does that mean you recognize your innocence all the time? I doubt it. Because if you recognized your innocence all the time, then you would have absolutely no pain and only joy. And you would feel complete peace and fulfillment in every part of your life right now. Because the peace and fulfillment would be inside yourself. And that peace and fulfillment would have nothing to do with what anybody else said or did. Your inner peace would have nothing to do with how other people acted, how other people think, and how other people behave. So, I'm going to give you some useful forms of what? I'm going to give you some useful forms for the specific application of the idea, the light has come. So the Course in Miracles says, I'm going to give you some specific applications that you need to use the idea that the light has come, that the truth has come. Here they are. And those of you who are following along in the book, that's great. I always work out of the book, even though I read the book over 100 times easily. I always work out of the book because I want you to know that you have available to you this material that you could study on your own, because ultimately the Course in Miracles is a self-study course. So I want you to think about something that you feel or have been feeling some type of lack of peace and upset about. I want you to take very real situations in your life right now. So I want you to think of a situation right now that you know that you are not giving yourself the kind of peace and joy that you would like to. A situation that's causing you anxiety, or a situation that's causing you some form of concern. And I want you to say this. Say, this cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. This cannot show me darkness because the light has come. Think about the situation and then say to yourself, this cannot show me darkness. Why? For the light has come. You could say it this way. This cannot show me fear because the love has come. This situation, circumstance, cannot show me fear, for the love has come. So take a situation that you know that you sometimes use to cause you fear or conflict and say, this cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. This cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. This cannot show me darkness, because the light has come. This cannot show me fear, because the love has come. This cannot show me fear, because the love has come. So now remember, what did the Course in Miracles say earlier? It said you don't have to believe it, you don't have to accept it, you don't have to welcome it, you might resist it, you might find it hard to believe, it might seem quite startling to you. It says don't judge it, just use it. So just, in other words, the Course in Miracles is saying to Course in Miracles students especially, just do what I say. Just do, when I say do what I say, I'm saying do what the Course in Miracles is telling you to do. It's already says in the beginning of the workbook, no matter what your reaction to the ideas may be, no matter what your reaction to the Course in Miracles may be, it says use the ideas. No matter what your reaction to the ideas may be, use the ideas regardless of how your reaction may be. So even if I don't understand it, I still will say, this cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. This cannot show me fear, because the love has come. So now I want you to think of a person that you attempted not to see the goodness in, a person that you attempted to feel separation and grievances toward. Think of a person that you make yourself feel some forms of anxiety or upset when you're in their presence. Somebody you may be thinking of right now that you think it's difficult or has harmed you in some way or hurt you in some way. Think about anybody that you feel like you're upset with and say, the light in you is all I would see. The light in you is all I would see. The truth, that's the light, the truth in you, the truth where? In you. So that's what you're going to say about this person. You're going to say, the truth in you is all I want to see. The truth in you is all that I would see. Then say their name. At the end, say their name. This is the practical application of the principles of A Course in Miracles. Go, the light in you is all I would see. Call their name. The light in you is all I would see. Then say their name to yourself. The love in you is all that I would see. Say it. The love in you is all that I would see. The love in you is all that I would see. The love in you is all that I would see. I'm upset with you right now. I got a misperception of you right now. I really want to go off on you right now, but I'm going to tell myself this. The love in you, the light in you, the truth in you is all that I would see. The light in you is all that I would see. Then call their name. The light in you is all that I would see. Then say their name. I'm going to do this for a few seconds. The light in you is all that I would see. The light in you is all that I would see. The love in you, which is light, is all that I would see. The love in you is all that I would see. Say it to yourself. The truth in you. You know who I'm talking about. The person that you need to see differently. The person you want to see differently. Say this. The truth in you is all that I would see. The truth in you is all that I would see. The truth in you is all that I would see. The truth in you is all that I would see. The truth in you is all that I would see. The truth in you is all I want to see. Say it to yourself. Think of this person. You know the person that I'm talking about, the person that you're tempted to feel some form of grievance and upset with, and say, the truth in you is all that I want to see. I would see. I would see. I want to see. I want to see. The truth in you is all that I would see. And then you call that person's name. This is Hardcore Course in Miracles, which is the time that we get together to apply and to use the ideas. So think of another situation. Let's say that you have another situation that comes up that you're tempted to feel some type of upset about. This is what you would say. You would say, I would see in this only what is there. That's saying, I want to see in this situation only the love and the peace and the joy and the solution that's there. That's what you're basically saying. I would see in this only what is there. So whatever the situation, whatever the circumstance is that you know you need to see differently, that you know you need to see differently. How do you know you need to see the situation differently? Because you don't have peace. When you don't have peace, that means there's an error in your perception. Perception means interpretation. So I have an error in my interpretation, and that error in the way that I'm looking at things, that's what's causing my anxiety, my upset. So in this situation, I only want to see what's there. That's what you're saying. I got the situation that I'm dealing with right now at work. I would see in this situation only what is there. I'm in a relationship right now that I'm sometimes giving myself a challenge in. What do I want to say? I would see in this relationship only what is there. I want to see the peace that is really there. I want to see the love that is really there. I want to see the truth that is really there. So you would say, I would see in this only what is there. I would see in this only what is there. Now I'm going to say it for you. You would see in this or that situation only what is there, what is really there. You want to see the truth. That's the light that's really in that situation, that's really in that circumstance, that's causing you any kind of upset. You want to say, I would see in this only what is there. I love you too. Love you too. Take a breath, please. This is the practical application of A Course in Miracles, and you're on Facebook Live with Earl Purdy. I've been a teacher full-time of the Course in Miracles for over 30 years. I trusted the Course, I trusted Spirit enough to say I want to dedicate my life to being a teacher of this material. And that's what I've been doing, testing out the principles of A Course in Miracles, seeing if they really work. And I've worked with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. So I got a pretty good track record of seeing whether this works or not. And the Course in Miracles says the purpose of a relationship is to save time. So I've done 40 years for you, in other words. You don't have to do 40 years. I did the 40 years. So if you take advantage of all that study that I've done, just like if you go to an automobile repair shop and you take advantage of the years that the mechanic has had working on your car, then you get the benefit of those years of experience, whether you have those years of experience or not. So if you would give some thought to what I'm sharing with you after all of my experience with the Course in Miracles, then it could save you some time. And I'm going to say it again. Your understanding is not a powerful contribution to the truth. The Course in Miracles is not about you understanding God and you understanding everything about the truth. It's bigger than what your linear mind could even understand anyway. You'll never understand God. You'll never understand everything. But your understanding is not a powerful contribution to the truth. Your understanding is not a powerful contribution to the Course. It doesn't make it true or false. Your understanding does not determine whether or not the Course in Miracles works. It's the use of the ideas. It's you telling yourself, I would see in this only what's there. You see the Course work when you remember to tell yourself when you're upset with someone, the light in you is all that I would see. You get in touch and you get the benefits of the Course in Miracles when you say, this cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. Use the ideas, use the ideas, use the ideas, use the ideas, use the ideas. No matter what your reaction to the ideas are, use the ideas. The ideas will show you that they're true. You will not get the benefits of A Course in Miracles by analyzing it and thinking that you need to understand it for it to be true. Your understanding does not make something true or not. Something is not true or not true. Something is not true or not true based on whether or not you agree with it, believe it, or understand it. Repetition, 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 repetition. So, so the next idea from A Course in Miracles that we're going to work with is, I am under no laws but God's. Repeat that to yourself. I am under no laws but God's. Do you know that the Course in Miracles says a law is a rule, R-U-L-E. A law is a rule. God is love. God is your creator. So you could say, I am under no rules but the rules of love. I am under no rules but the rules of my creator. I am under no rules but the rules of the universe. These are all Course in Miracles definitions of God. So I'm under no laws but God's laws. Tell yourself, I'm under no laws but God's laws. I'm under no laws but God's laws. I'm under no laws but the laws of God. I'm under no laws but the laws of God. I'm under no laws but the laws of God. I am under no laws but the laws of love. I am under no laws but the laws of love. The only laws I'm under are the laws of love. The only laws I'm operating under are the laws of God, the laws of love, the laws of truth, the laws of freedom. Make a statement. Would you be willing to make a statement? Would you be willing to say, I am under no laws but the laws of love. I'm under no laws but the laws of truth. I'm under no laws but the laws of light. Make that declaration. There's nothing ruling me but the laws of God. There's nothing ruling me but the laws of love, not the laws of man. I am not under the laws of man. I am not under the laws of man. I am not under the laws of the ego. I am not under the laws of guilt. I am not under the laws of fear. I am not under the laws of the ego. That's what you're saying. That I'm willing to obey laws that transcends the laws of fearful minds. I'm willing to transcend and be operating under laws that are not the laws of man, not the laws of human beings, not the laws of the world. So saying I'm under no laws but God's is actually another way of saying I'm not operating under the laws of the world, which is another way of saying that I am not operating under the laws of fear and guilt. I am under no laws but God's. 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 You are under no laws but loves. You are under no laws but loves. You are under no laws but love. You are under no laws but love. You are under no laws but God's. You are under no laws but God's. The only laws that you're under are God's. The only laws that you're under are God's. It is God that is ruling you. It is God that is ruling me. It is love that is ruling you. It is love that is ruling me. It is truth that is ruling you, and it's truth that's ruling me. You are under no laws but God's. You are operating under the laws of God, the rules of God. So what is that statement? I'm under no laws but God's. Well, it is the perfect statement of your freedom. Do you want to be free? 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 Well, this is your perfect statement of freedom. I am under no laws but God's. That's your perfect statement of your freedom. You are under no laws but God's laws. That's your perfect statement of your freedom. I am under no laws but God's. That's my statement of my perfect freedom. I am under no laws but love's. That's the statement of my perfect freedom. I am under no laws but love's. That is the perfect statement of your perfect freedom. So what is your greatest temptation? What is your greatest temptation? Well, according to the Course in Miracles, do you know what your greatest temptation is? It says you are constantly tempted to make up other laws than the laws of God. And you are constantly tempted to give other laws power over you. You're tempted to give what other people think power over you. You're tempted to give what the world believes power over you. You're tempted to give your own fear and guilt power over you. You are constantly tempted to make up other laws and give them power over you. Do you know the Course says you're constantly tempted to make other laws other than the laws of love, the laws of God, the laws of fear, the laws of anger, the laws of guilt. You are constantly tempted to make up other laws and give them power over you. Do you know that you are constantly tempted to make up other laws and give them what? Power over you. So why do you suffer? Why does a person suffer? Why does a person suffer? Well, a person suffers only because of their belief in other laws other than the laws of love. If you believe in anything other than love, you suffer. When you believe in anything other than your innocence, your guiltlessness, when you believe in something other than the truth, which is that you are light and you are the light of the world. You are spirit, you are love, you are light, and you suffer. When do you suffer? You suffer only because of your belief in things other than the truth. When you believe in the rules of the world, what other people think, what fearful minds think, what people who think they're separate think, then when you believe in separation, then you suffer. But why do you suffer? Because of your belief in other laws, other rules, other than the laws of God. That's why a person suffers. But do you want to know the truth about these other laws? Do you want to know the truth about these other laws? The other laws other than the laws of God, the laws of fear, the laws of anger, the laws of guilt? They have no real effect on you at all. What do you mean, Earl? What I mean is this. Listen very carefully. Anger, guilt, and grievances, your upsets, your criticisms, your judgments have no real effect on the real you. The real you is total love, total peace. The real you cannot be hurt. The real you is spirit, awareness, mind, consciousness. What you really are cannot be hurt. So you suffer only because of your belief in other laws, other rules, but the rules of God. But when you are not thinking like love and God and truth, the Course in Miracles says, don't sweat it. Because the things that you believe other than the truth can have no real effect on you at all. What you believe other than the truth can have no effect on who you really are. Now, it can seem to have an effect on who you really aren't. So if you believe you're your ego, if you believe that you are your programming, if you believe that you are your programming, if you believe you are what you've learned to believe you are, if you believe you are a body, if you believe you are a body, if you believe you are a body, a personality, then of course it'll look like you're suffering from your beliefs. But what you really are, what you really are, what you really are cannot be hurt. You are perfectly free. You are perfectly free. What are you perfectly free of? What are you perfectly free of? What are you perfectly free of? Let me tell you. You are perfectly free of the effects of all the laws, all laws except God's laws. You are free of all the results of every law except the law of God. You are going to experience the effects of the laws of God. You are going to experience the effects of the laws of God. But you're perfectly free of the effects of the laws of your ego, of your fear. So don't sweat it, you all. Be patient with yourselves. While you're on the spiritual path to love, be patient with yourself. What do I mean? Don't sweat it. If you hate yourself doesn't care, because yourself loves itself and it knows that it is loved. Yourself knows that it deserves love. So yourself, your real self, could care less about what you think of it. Your real self is not vulnerable. Your real self isn't insecure. So your real self isn't affected by your negative thinking. Your real self is not affected by your negative thoughts. What your negative thoughts affect is your perception of things. Your negative thoughts affect the way that you see things. So that determines how you feel about things. How you see things determines how you feel about things. So if you have a lot of negative, fearful ideas and thoughts, it's not really affecting who you really are, but it has an effect on who you think you are, your ego. So what are the laws of God? What are the rules of God? Well, it says God's laws are the laws of freedom. God's laws are the laws of freedom. God's laws free you, give you freedom. Love gives you freedom. Love gives you freedom. Love gives you freedom. God gives you freedom. God gives you freedom. God gives you freedom. The laws of God give you freedom. The laws of God give you freedom. The laws of God give you freedom. The love of God gives you freedom. The love of God gives you freedom. The love of God gives you freedom. The truth gives you freedom. The truth gives you freedom. How do you know when you are obeying the laws of truth? You will feel and experience what? You will experience more freedom. Freedom. If you feel like your life is becoming more and more limited, if you feel like you're experiencing more and more restrictions, then you are operating under the laws of the ego, the laws of fear, the laws of what is not true. Because God's laws are the laws of freedom. So how do you apply this specifically in your day-to-day life? How do you apply this specifically in your everyday life? How do you apply the Course in Miracles, what we just heard specifically? So think of a situation, when you come across a situation during the day that causes you any type of strife, any type of unhappiness, say, my perception of this shows me I believe in laws that do not exist. I'm upset right now, so that means my perception of this is showing me that I believe in laws, I believe in rules, I believe in thoughts of the ego, thoughts of the world, rules of the world that don't really exist. So you say, my perception of this shows me I believe in laws that do not exist. If it's something that's upsetting you that you are seeing, say to yourself, my perception of this shows me I believe in laws that do not exist. I believe in laws that do not exist. My perception of this shows me that I believe in laws that don't exist. I'm perceiving some type of upset, some type of lack, I'm perceiving this in a way that's bringing me some type of conflict, So that means I believe in the laws of the ego. I believe in the laws of the world. I believe in laws of fear. So my perception of this shows me I believe in laws that do not exist. If there's another situation that comes up during the day, a circumstance that you know you want to have more peace in, this is what you say. I see only the laws of God at work in this. I see only the laws of God at work in this. Whatever this is, whatever this situation is, whatever the situation, whatever the relationship is, if there's something that's causing you any kind of conflict, say to yourself, I see only the laws of God at work in this. I see only the laws of God at work in this. I see only the laws of God at work in this, which means I see only the laws of truth at work in this. I know I'm dealing with this situation. I know I'm dealing with this relationship. I know I'm dealing with this circumstance, so I'm going to apply A Course in Miracles to it. So I'm going to say, I see only the laws of God at work in this. This is practical application. So don't say the Course in Miracles don't work if you're not actually applying what the Course in Miracles says to the situations in your life. If you say you are a Course in Miracles student and you say, this is my path, this is the way that I want to get back to God, to love, to truth, then you have to use and obey what the Course in Miracles is teaching. So it's saying if you want to apply this in a specific situation that's upsetting you, you would say, I see only the laws of God at work in this situation. Just say it. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to welcome it. You can resist it. Just say it. Can you just say it? Say it without believing it. Say it without understanding it. Say it without necessarily agreeing with it. Can you just say it? It says right here. It says right here. For specific forms and applying this idea, these would be useful. Say, my perception of this shows me I believe in laws that don't exist. I see only the laws of God at work in this. I see only the laws of God at work in this. And you know what this is. And lastly, say, let me allow God's laws to work in this situation. Say to yourself, let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. Let me allow God's laws to work in this situation and not my own. Let me allow the laws of truth to operate in this situation instead of my rules, my laws. Say it to yourself. Let me allow love's laws to work in this and not my own. Let me allow God's laws to work in this situation and not my own laws, my own rules. This is practical application. I'm going to recap what I've said earlier in just a few minutes. I teach on a donation basis, and if you'd like to make a donation, then go to my website, www.earlpurdy.com, earlpurdy.com. You can also use Venmo or the Cash App, and that's Earl Purdy on the Cash App. And on Venmo, my email address is earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com, earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. I'm also available for personal mentoring and counseling and showing you how to apply this to situations and circumstances in your life that you know you are ready to get healed, that you are ready to take to another level. I call what I do with people clarity sessions. Now, if you'd like to have a clarity session, go to my website, look under the clarity session tab, and it will give you details about the services that I render, and it'll give you details about my clarity sessions. Go to my website. And for those of you who are open-minded about it, I have been a professional astrologer and numerologist for over 45 years. And I would be happy to also work with you on that level and also to use the information that comes through that to be helpful to you if you're open to it. But primarily I counsel based on the principles of A Course in Miracles. I call it a clarity session, okay? On Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, I do another Facebook Live, A Course in Miracles presentation on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook. The Earl Purdy page on Facebook. All right. That's at 1 p.m. Sunday. And then on Thursday nights at 7 p.m., I do what I'm doing right now, the Hardcore Course in Miracles. Hardcore Course in Miracles, okay? When we focus on the practical application of the material. And also what happens is that on Thursday night, it's about us remembering what it's saying and using it. So I'm going to do a quick review right now. If you don't have a Facebook account, you can still watch my presentation live by going to www.facebook.com/Earl Purdy Live. Facebook.com/Earl Purdy Live. And I also post all my classes on YouTube. So if you just, do a search on my name, you'll see my classes come up. All right. So I've got thousands of classes, hundreds of classes on my website you can watch for free, hundreds of classes on YouTube and here on Facebook. So what I do is available to you regardless of your financial situation, even though as a full-time teacher, I totally appreciate your donations and sharing with me. So here we go. All right. So the first thing you want to do is remind yourself that the light has come. So tell yourself the light has come. The truth has come. The light has come. The truth has come. Then if you want to apply it specifically, think of a situation and say, this cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. This cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. Take a breath and tell yourself, whatever the situation is, this cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. This cannot show you darkness, for the light has come. This cannot show you darkness, for the light has come. Apply the ideas, okay? Now think of a person you need to see differently. Think of a person that you need to see differently and say to yourself, the light in you is all that I would see. The light in you is all that I would see. The light in you is all that I would see. The light in you is all that I would see. The light in you is all that I would see. The light in you is all that I would see. When you're upset with someone, try to remember to say this. The light in you is all that I would see. If you're dealing with a situation that's causing you pain and conflict, if you're dealing with a situation that's making you feel like you're going to go out of your mind, say this, say this, say this. Whether you believe it or not, say this, say this, say this. I would see in this only what is there. I would see in this only what is there. I would see in this only what is there. You would see in this only what is there. Say you would see. I would see in this only what's there. I got the situation I'm dealing with right now. I would see in this only what is there, what is really there. And what is really there is the truth. What is really there is the truth. And I would see in this only what is there. I will see in this only what is there. Say that to yourself. I would see in this only what is there. You will see in this only what is there. You will see in this only what is there. Then say to yourself, I am under no laws but God's. I am under no laws but God's. I am under no laws but God's. I am under no laws but love's. You are under no laws but God's. You are under no laws but love. So if you have a situation that's happening in your life, you want to say this when something comes up. If it's something that's upsetting you, say this to yourself. My perception of this shows me I believe in laws that do not exist. My perception of this, which is I'm feeling fear and upset, I'm feeling some sort of anger, My perception of this shows me I believe in laws that do not exist. I believe in the laws of the ego. I believe in the laws of separation. I believe in the laws of fear. How do I know I believe in the laws of fear, separation, and ego? Because my perception of this shows me I'm perceiving it in a way that's making me feel afraid, unhappy, and angry. So my perception of this is showing me I believe in laws that don't exist, because only the laws of God are real. Only the laws of love exist. So whenever I'm upset, it's because I am doing what? I'm believing in laws that don't exist. So what do you say in a situation that is affecting you? You say, I see only the laws of God at work in this. In this situation I'm dealing with right now, in this relationship I'm dealing with right now, I see only the laws of God at work in this. I see only the laws of love at work in this. I see only the laws of truth at work in this. That's what you see. That's what you see. What's the last thing you say? Let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. Let me allow the laws of God to work in this situation and not my own. Let me allow the laws of God to operate in this relationship and not my laws, not my rules. Let God's rules operate and work in my financial situation, not my rules. So when you're dealing with a situation that's causing you distress, say, let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. So let's finish up with saying this. Let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. Let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. Let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. Let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. Let me allow love's laws to work in this and not my ego's. Let me allow love's laws to work in this and not my ego. So let me say it for you. Let you allow God's laws to work in the situation that you're in and not your egos. Let you allow the laws of God to work in this and not your ego. Your perception of this when you're upset, your perception of that is showing you that you believe in laws of the ego, the laws of fear, the laws of the world. That those are the laws that don't really exist because they're made up by man. You're under no laws but the laws of God tonight, today, all the time. So, in the situation that you're dealing with, say to yourself, I see only the laws of God at work in this. Let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. Listen to this, watch this presentation at least 4 times because it's all about remembering and repetition and using. Remember it, repeat it, and use it. Remember it, repeat it, and use it. Remember, 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 repeat, and use. Remember, repeat, and use. Remember, repeat it, and use it. Remember it, repeat it, and use it. That's the formula to A Course in Miracles. It's not about analyzing it. Remember it, repeat it, and use it. It always feels like I've just been cleansed and washed, like we've just taken this incredible spiritual shower together. I appreciate you, mighty companion. It's me and you. We're on this road back home to God together, and I treasure you. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. And remember, this is what I want for you. May the Course be with you. I love y'all. See you next time.